Dispute Resolution Center was founded in 1982 as a pilot project co-sponsored by the Ramsey County Bar Association, the City of St. Paul, and the Minnesota Supreme Court. We are the oldest community mediation program in Minnesota, celebrating 40 years. DRC is dedicated to restoring and healing communities by promoting the constructive resolution of conflict through open communication and shared decision-making. We provide services to schools, corporations, individuals, families, and youth, bringing people together to find common ground, repair harm, and restore relationships.
Well, I think DRC has been an important part of the Rondeau community in St. Paul. They have provided, great services to the courts. That's my involvement is more with the court mediation. Conflict is just sprouting up all over the place. We seem to have a lot of people talking at each other. We need people to talk with each other. We need people to communicate better. We really need organizations like DRC to help people communicate better, resolve conflict.
So I think it's brought people to realize that people are more than ink on paper, and whatever is said about them by people who want to judge them is not necessarily who they are. We look at who they are and their powers and their strengths and their abilities to better themselves according to their own experience and according to what's realistic to their humanity. And DRC does that.
DRC is in the new space of the Rondeau Community Land Trust, and so we are just so happy and excited to be able to serve our community by being in the community right here on Selby Avenue.
The Rondeau Community Land Trust is we're an affordable housing and affordable commercial developer, and we were born out of Rondeau. And so our relationship with DRC, which is a great one, is they're landlords, but partners at the same time. Along with all of their wonderful work in diversion and working with Ramsey County, working with the City of St. Paul, and so it's just such a great resource for the community.
Rondeau is so important to me. There's rich history. It starts from my bonus father, the late William E. McGee, who was the first African-American Chief Public Defender for Hennepin County. My cousin, he helped build the memorial that is right here in Rondeau. And we're just so proud to be able to have this tradition here in our family as well as in our community.
I'm born on St. Anthony. As a small child, was where the freeway went through. That was the Rondeau area, and I've lived in the neighborhood all my life. I've lived in different places, but this is home. I've known about it for quite a few years. I was never quite sure exactly what DRC was doing until there's a shift and Ms. Harmon took it over, and I think it's really become the organization that we've been waiting for.
Rondeau has always treated me good, and I really want to make sure that we are contributing to the preservation of this community. We want to make sure that that's happening. We don't want people to experience what happened with 94. We don't want people to come in and decide that they want to make something great for some convenience for somebody else. We want to make sure that this place is here and it's thriving like it is. This community is one of the very few communities that has a heartbeat.
DRC has made significant contributions to the expansion of community mediation and restorative justice. Our restorative work is driven by the needs of those we serve.
They're doing the vital, really important work of restorative justice, right? We need ways of dealing with community conflict that are restorative, not punitive, right? That bring together people to find solutions that are healthy for everyone involved in the problem. And DRC is is leading the way in creating those positive solutions that are restorative to people.
DRC has impacted this community in several ways. One of the ways that I'd like to talk about is restorative practices. And when I say restorative practices, bringing people together, restoring their community, not just in one way or one regard. SIR can be used in many ways. And what I really love about DRC is they're bringing those practices of restoring the community and building up the community back to Rondo.
This program is supported by community who are trained as circle keepers to help participants reach an agreement, being fair witnesses, listening and engaging without judgment or bias. For almost 40 years, DRC community volunteer mediators have provided quality, affordable, and pro bono mediation services to Ramsey County's conciliation, housing, and harassment courts. Our mediators are Minnesota Rule 114 qualified, serving as a neutral party to assist in resolving conflict through the use of specialized communication and negotiation techniques.
The restorative circles that we're doing in the Ethos program have been tremendously beneficial, not just to the participants who've come through the program, which is a way for them to avoid a criminal conviction and all the collateral consequences that have, but to build themselves up, to restore victims of crime as well.
But the restorative circles, it's the opportunity to empower the community in a way that creates that beloved community, where if someone does do something not correctly, instead of having going straight to jail or going to court, we kind of hold a session in the community. And we sit down with community members, with a circle keeper, and just have conversation to see if a person really would like to make a change.
And where would we be without our youth? It's our youth who are the innovators, visionaries, and creators for this generation who need to know that their voice matters. We have 2 focus circles for our youth. Flow, which is catered to our young ladies, ages 14 to 17 and 18 plus, and DMX, Divine Masculine Excellence, for our young males.
I know a lot about flow. The way I look at it, I look at a lot of things in terms of because in my bloodline, a lot of people struggle with mental health. And at the time, I was going through a very depressive area in my life. I'm not used to having a sisterhood, so it felt kind of like that. It was a bunch of different young women working on their problems in a group, being able to have a safe space.
DRC is committed to seeing all youth thrive. Thanks to our partnership with WFNU Frogtown Radio 94.1, youth can tap in and listen to an hour of programming that is just for them. Restorative work is not just our line of business, it's our lifestyle. From classrooms to courthouses, we have the opportunity to lead by creating a safe, healing space where every voice is heard and people can build a culture of collaboration and community in a range of diverse settings. Together, let's find common ground.